welcome back to the Ringer 57 YouTube channel. We got some goals for this weekend and I want to go over them quick, and then tomorrow's video will have everything we did tomorrow. So, sorry it's not going to be a lot of content in this video. I'm trying to get content, but I'm also trying to put videos out. So, we're going to drive hard, try and accomplish some hard goals this weekend, and get to where we're ready for the next package to be delivered. Everything we can do this weekend will be done this weekend. So, Chris Moore from Moore Mafia is not interested in tuning Suzuki. He does not like the tuning software that I'm using, and I don't blame him. It's a professional choice. If you're not comfortable with it, you shouldn't tune it. So, good for him. I did find a tuner local who is very comfortable with it and willing to do the nitrous tuning and everything. So, I've got it linked up with him. I just need to get the bike running, call him, bring it down, and we'll get the engine tune done. It's called Stedman's. Pretty decent little place. I was going to go to him last year, but there's not a lot he can do with just carbs. He's down by Jake's Drag Strip. If you don't know about that strip, I've been there once. It's a great little strip. I don't know if I like it in the fall because the leaves suck, but check out the video introducing a new rider to drag racing. That was a great video and an epic 2-track weekend. So check it out. And I hate to plug it, but you guys, if you can share my videos, get them out there. Let people see them. I got a goal for this year. I want to hit 100 subscribers. It's a very small goal, very achievable goal. I just got to keep putting out the content. That's why you're going to see more and more videos being put up. YouTube likes to link my videos more if I share more of them. I'm going to try and get the content more in depth, but it's that off time of year. We're building right now. The big content comes when I can get to track days, and I got to get a track partner. So I'm working on that too. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let me know what you think. Alright guys, and here's our thrown together bracket. This you might recognize from last year. Still has the holes here for the old 6-pound Nitrous Express pump, and a hole drilled here to zip tie the purge line. We'll still be using these 4-bolt holes. These hold the nitrous solenoid and fuel solenoid pack. It's a Proton, and the purge will still come down through here, out and out the side. But we've got our K-motor cheesy knockoff fuel pressure regulator on here with our lines. Let's see, regulator is going to receive feedback from the rail, probably on this side. So it'll come down off the rail and 90 in here. And then it'll come out of here on a 90, come up and make a loop, and then 90 into the fuel side of the nitrous, and that's where it's going to deadhead. This is of course the return. It's going to come back out forward and up to the tank. And don't make fun of these welds. They're flux core, but they're better than nothing. So that is our intake air temperature sensor. It would be much more efficient to put it in an air box or in a pod, but because I'm running neither, there is no good way to mount that near the throttle bodies or in them. This sits about 6 to 8 inches back from the throttle bodies. So it's pretty much the intake air charge. So we're going to go ahead and use this for our intake air. Alright guys, so because it's cold and this is inside anyway, I wanted to show you this. This was last year's nitrous nozzle location. It's in the bottom of the boot, and you'll see I have issues with it having play. When they get hot, they have possible vacuum leak. Something I really just don't want to risk when I'm getting into the kind of power I'm going to be pushing. And these are the nozzles we ran last year. They're actually still jetted with an 83 shot, so these are just Piranhas. They set, let's see, in here just like such, you know, in that where that bolt is, and they sprayed into the cylinder. It made them a royal pain to rejet, okay? I had to pull carbs. It was a nightmare. Throttle bodies give me a little more clearance, but not much, because I still have the starter in here, and this oil line was the nightmare. It set right against this one. Back here, cylinder 2, or, sorry, 3, I don't remember. I gotta look it up. I got it written on there, actually. 3, cylinder 3. Anyway, what I want to look into this year is, can I invert the throttle bodies without the fuel rail interfering here? If that's the case, it'll make the lines a whole lot cleaner, because they'll be straight shots instead of having to hoop up. It'll make the throttle position a lot more convenient, because the GSXR throttle body, the cam for the cable is supposed to be on the other side up top, and the cables would run this way. Well, with it inverted, they're over here and they're running down and kind of back. almost. They're just not in a good angle. Running that cable would have just been a pain in the neck. So hopefully I can invert it. I won't know that until the fuel rail arrives, and that'll be probably the next video you guys see is me drilling the fuel rail and getting it ready to go off and get welded and trying to find someone to weld it. But I'd really love to invert it because then I can drill into the blank portion of the housing on the throttle bodies and run my nozzles like such pre-throttle blade. That would work out amazing. The jetting would be super easy right there up top. I probably wouldn't even have to pull the tank. And I'd have less risk of crossing these stupid push locks. I do want to switch these over to braided, but not until I have to. These nozzles and these push locks and these lines are rated to about 150 horse. So we're starting out with a small shot. In this world, 100 shot small, but we're going to start out with probably a 60 shot first time out playing with nitrous. We're also, on the same note, going to be at the dyno, and we're going to have a big bottle. We're going to take time, and we're going to put in the biggest jets I got. That puts us at 122 shot. So we'll start out at 122 shot and let her freaking eat and see what it does there. That'll answer if my clutch is going to hold everything. So that's some ideas going forward. We won't be addressing that this weekend. This weekend is strictly about some goals. So let's cover those. So y'all recognize the to-do list from a while back. We've actually knocked a lot of it out, okay? Still need to get the throttle bodies built. Nope, actually, that is done too. We'll cross that off here in a second. Well, we'll leave it. Because I added a new fuel rail. I need to build the new fuel rail. I got to mount a fuel pump. I got the regulator mounted. And I got to get the lines on the way. Those go with the fuel pump. But let's narrow this down to this weekend. We did a sub list up here. I got to put the pan back on. That has the temp sensor in it. I'll show you that here. You'll see it in a minute. I'll see it tomorrow. Get that wired up and loomed out of the way temporarily. Regulator and nitrous sub-assembly that I just showed you needs to be installed back into the bike. Intake air temperature needs to be wired up and loomed out of the way. Throttle position sensor needs to be wired. Then I'm going to do a system calibration. I'm going to go through and I'm going to calibrate the TPS, the intake air temp, and the oil temp. I won't be able to do a high temp reading, but just get them to atmosphere. And then they should be pre-cal. They're GM sensors, so they should be set up. I went through and set up those calibrations, so it should recognize them. We'll see if it's accurate. And then ignition and injection hot wires need to be run, and I'm going to put the sub-harness in for the injectors. That'll all be plug and play, so that's good. So, let's get to it. Thank you for watching, guys. As you can see, I got a lot of sketches behind me on what I'm doing. Another video going up tomorrow. It should be a lot more content if I remember to record it. That was the problem. I keep forgetting. I keep having cards screw up. So, apologies. I'm going to try and get the content right. I'm working on this. I'm also trying to work a full-time job. So, you know, life gets in the way. Priorities got to be straight. Still got to have income. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Shoot me a comment with anything you'd like to see specific. You can also DM me on Instagram at HALLSTER10, Holster10, spelled funny. It was a gaming name from years ago. So, thanks, guys.